Good evening. The victim of an elaborate fraud scheme is sharing his story tonight. The Kitchener man is one of many in Ontario targeted by alleged fraudsters in home improvement related scams. He's out tens of thousands of dollars, isn't on the hook for much more than that. CTV's Stephanie Davis has been following this story and joins us live tonight. Now, Steph, last night we started breaking down these fraud scams. What can you tell us about this victim who's now speaking out?
Well, Alex, his name is Ian Craig. He wasn't comfortable showing his face on camera, but he did open up in an interview about the chaos that's come from this scam. Craig says he was going through a tough time emotionally when scammers who he grew to trust allegedly started taking advantage.
Ian Craig is one of many seniors in Ontario who has fallen victim to intricate scams.
It didn't scare me. It just made me totally angry that they could do this and get away with it.
His Kitchener home now has over $150,000 in notice of security interests, or NOSIs. They're put there by scammers, who police say are targeting trusting seniors, leaving them in vulnerable financial situations and possibly facing mountains of debt they're not even aware of. For Craig, the scams ranged from replacement home systems to bathroom renovations. These types of scams started between 2012 and 2018 when illegitimate door-to-door HVAC companies locked seniors into contracts.
It was a 10-year-long contract. It was a 120-month lease with high interest rates on it. That contract would then be taken and sold to a B lender, so a different bank, not one of your main banks.
The B lender would buy the contract from the scammers.
That B lender would take that contract, and to ensure that they were going to get paid, they would register a notice of security interest on title.
NOSIs have to be paid before a homeowner can sell or refinance their property. In 2018, door-to-door sales became illegal. But in 2020, police say some scammers started looping back to their victims, including Craig.
He was a smooth con, I'll tell you. He was very good at what he did. At that point in time, I was going through an emotional crisis.
Without his knowledge, 7 NOSIs were placed on Craig's home, totaling more than $150,000.
This is not right for people who invested in their homes. As somebody comes along and puts a lien on for half of it.
His case was investigated and the scam was interrupted. 2 men charged by Waterloo Regional Police in July allegedly targeted Craig with another layer of fraud. They posed as consultants to help clear the NOSIs, and he paid them tens of thousands of dollars in fees. Detective Stover says the scammers allegedly offered to appraise Craig's home to set up a mortgage to pay the NOSIs. Police intervened in time.
If we don't get to them, that money's going to get converted by a mortgage, and then they're going to lose that. If we can get to them before that NOSI's converted, we can get a civil lawyer. It might cost them a little bit of money, but to maybe it cost $10,000 to save $80,000 with a notice of securities.
Craig is now working with a lawyer to remove the NOSIs. Police say other victims might have it worse.
And there's going to be victims out there that are facing foreclosure and have no idea. We have no idea about them. And, they're not getting the help that they need, and they'll just sell their house.
Craig hopes sharing his story will help others avoid a similar situation and will lead to legislative change.
The way they can take advantage of people is just disgusting. This is why we need protection.
Craig's lawyer, Dennis Crawford, says they're waiting to be assigned a court date for this case. And coming up tomorrow, we'll have more on loopholes in provincial legislation that police say are the main reason these scams are happening. Alex.
All right, CTV's Stephanie Davis reporting live with this tonight. Thank you for that, Steph.